tried to bond, I figured I could bond with my father through sports. So we would go to church on a Sunday, and then we would come home, and we'd go to the TV, and we'd put roller derby on. My father loved roller derby. Not the men's roller derby, it had to be the women's roller derby. That's what we really picked it up. You remember. And then I figured, well, if I bonded with him a little bit with that, I'd try basketball. So I would sit with him and watch the Celtics games, and then that expanded to the Knicks and all the other teams. And I really wanted to keep that bond going, so I would fill out all these notebooks with all the members of all the teams, the players, the draft choices, you know, who was playing who, the schedules, everything. And then I'd show it to my father, and I'd cut out clippings out of the sports pages and stuff like that. So that gave us something in common, that as a girl, I could talk to him about basketball. My brothers didn't care about roller derby or basketball, they were really into football. So that was my time to bond with him on that. So that's one of my favorite memories of him. I have two children, Alex and Taylor. They couldn't be here today, so they wanted me to share a couple things. Alex is just like his grandfather. He's a man of few words. So he wanted me to share. He said, I will never forget the way his face lightened up whenever he had a dog in his arms. That's how I pictured him in those moments of contentment. According to Jen, that's his wife, I do the same thing. And the other thing I wanted to share, like Taylor couldn't figure out what to write about her grandfather. So I have this letter she wrote about her grandfather when she was 9 years old. She's currently 24. So it's called My Grandpa. Once a boy named John Delaney was born November 27, 1929. When he was a kid, he wanted to be a priest and grow into a teenager. He was taught to drive, and the first car he drove was his dad's Pontiac. He owned a convertible when he was older. He wanted a hot rod and dreamed of it. Then he found out he knew what his favorite things were. John's favorite hobby was reading, and his favorite sport was baseball. His favorite player was Lawrence Spahn. You may know who that is. His favorite team was the Boston Braves. John's favorite book was Jane Blay Westerns. And his favorite comics was Green Hornet. He had a favorite pet, it was a canary. And his favorite food was pot roast. John graduated from Arms Academy on June 1948. After school, he joined the Air Force for 4 years. At that time, a movie costed only 25 cents, exclamation point. John met a girl named Constance Lincoln, my grandma. She worked at Franklin Restaurant as a dishwasher, because back then they didn't have dishwashers. They dated for 2 years and were engaged on November 1953. John's wedding was on February 6, 1954, at St. Joseph Church in Shelby. After they were married, they traveled to Vermont. His favorite job ever was a mailman. John had a baby whose name was Joyce, which is my mom. John's favorite time was when a mouse ran by her in the bathroom. She had 9 other children. Those were her brothers and sisters. That was my grandpa's life so far, by Taylor Nichols. If my voice is going to go out, I'm going to read a poem. Don't worry, it's short. It's called His Journey's Just Begun by Alan Bunyan. Don't think of him as going away. His journey's just begun. Life holds so many facets. This earth is only one. Just think of him as resting from his sorrows and the tears in a place of warmth and comfort where there are no days or years. And think of him as living in the hearts of those he touched. For nothing loved is ever lost, and he was loved so much.
Rick, you have a son? Or his dad, grandfather, great grandfather. He was just